Good morning and welcome, everyone. Brian Smith here to talk a little bit about Braylon Staley, one of the top wide receivers in the class of 2024. He hails from Aiken, South Carolina, just on the edge of Savannah, Georgia. This is a player that goes about 6'1", 180, 185 pounds. He can play flanker. He can play split end. He can play slot. He is a burner that can make plays after the catch. And most importantly, he makes clutch plays. Whether it's a 50-50 ball or it's something in line with a guy just knowing that you're going to try to throw him the pass, he seems to come down with it. So let's break down his film a little bit and talk more about him. He's visiting the University of Miami this weekend. He was at Clemson last weekend. Really, really good football player. So what else do I like about it? Number one, just making the plays consistently is one thing, but he has some wow factor to what he does. And that's great. Because this isn't just a young man that kind of takes you into the play, like what you think's going to happen. He'll surprise you on the littlest thing, like right here. That is a burst. So it's not just jump balls and just running by guys. He has a savviness to his game and understands how to make guys miss. Anytime you have a player that can beat two or three other guys, and that's what Staley does over and over again based on his junior film here, that's a young man that you want in your football program. Now, just for the record, Clemson got 2 commitments last weekend from receivers, and according to Staley, they're not going to be recruiting any others, so Clemson is not going to be his final destination. A lot of kids in the western part of South Carolina and over just across the line in Georgia want to go to Clemson, but those spots are gone. So Miami has a really good shot, and so does anybody else that takes their shot with him and gets him on campus. But again, you can see why everybody would want this young man. The speed is there, and then the playmaking ability, once he has the ball in his hands, is very obvious. The first step, explosiveness, double move. He beat that guy really bad. Miami needs more difference makers like this, and so does every other program in college football. And it's really interesting to see what he can do when he has more guys around it. Because, I mean, I'm sure he's the primary weapon here for Aiken. They've always had good talent at that high school, but you're not going to get many guys like this very often. Look at that burst. He can really run. And South Carolina is a tremendous state for high school football talent. Per capita, it's one of the best in the country. It's sending young men to the NFL long term. But look at him. The guy had the angle there, and he still got by him. This speed right here, though, is a better example. He made one sharp cut to the outside and got past it. Stop and go. The safety is still there, and he just makes the play. This is the one play where you just kind of get the idea that probably shouldn't have been thrown, but he can make plays that quarterbacks will thank him for down the line. Nice catch. And finally, I'll show this play right here. Nice hands. So what is it that teams want in football players in general? They want the ability to change games just because they have certain traits for their position that you can't teach. That's the ultimate mark of recruiting. Yeah, you can coach a guy up to make him better on O-line, quarterback, or any spot. But at some point, like on a play where the quarterback threw it up on a couple of those, it was about Staley just being better than the guy in front of him. That's the difference between the teams that make the college football playoffs and the teams that sit at home and watch it on their television set. A handful of guys that just make special plays. That has nothing to do with coaching. Staley brings that kind of ability in the screen game, the deep ball. He's a pretty good route runner for a high school kid. And then he just has that ability to take it away from somebody in a 50-50 situation. So the screen game excites me the most because it's very simple to run a look screen or, kind of a bubble, whatever, and bring teams up to the line of scrimmage. That changes your running game. It changes the RPO action for other players because Miami or any other school that's on his list, they've all got skill guys that can make big plays. But Staley also has something else that you just can't teach. And again, it's that clutch factor in a big moment. He caught a lot of balls near the goal line, and he caught a lot of passes down the field with people around him. That innate ability to do that. That's probably my favorite thing about him beyond the athleticism. And it's why so many teams are after him. So please like this podcast. Please share it. Please take a moment and hit that notification bell. And most importantly, please comment. I'm curious as to what you think about him. He's one of my favorite wide receivers that I've seen this year. And if you want to talk about another player, please let me know. I'll be happy to review that film and post it to my YouTube channel as well. Thank you very much and have a great day.